Welcome back to Ladies and Gentlemen, the Waterway. Put an end to your actions. Please put the phone down, increase the volume, and be really attentive, as what I am going to reveal that it's not simply a headline. There is a profound change in the tennis world's tectonic plates. We are seeing the rewriting of history in front of our eyes in real time in the United States' glistening heat United Arab Emirates. We frequently discuss latest news in this field. We employ phrases such as startling, breathtaking, and improbable so frequently that they occasionally lose their advantage. However, currently, these words seem insufficient now. The tennis community didn't simply wake up today. A surprise. When it awoke, it saw a revolution. Duty-free tennis in Dubai tournaments, among the most star-studded, affluent, and distinguished the WTA 1000 calendars tournaments. A competition that has served as a playground for legends such as Venus, Justine Henin, Roger Federer, and Williams have just made a decision that has left commentators, observers, and supporters worldwide with their mouths on the ground. The headlines are yelling it. The chic billboard Z Road is projected to be 10 floors high. Elevated. The whole marketing apparatus of among the most lucrative competitions in the globe has changed course. They've selected a fresh face. Iga Swiatek is not the unrelenting dominating machine. It is not the power-hitting Aryna Sabalenka, the power of nature. Coco Gauff, isn't it? The American talent. The spokesperson for the Dubai duty-free tennis in 2026, Alexandra Eala, is the champion. Let's take a time to process that. Alexandra Eala, the sensation at the age of 20 from the Philippines, a participant who just a little eye was battling tooth and nail a few weeks ago, just to make it into the top 40. A participant who did not attend the top draw seed, but because of Naomi's retreat Osaka, but she has overshadowed them all. From the perspective of the planners and the general public, there is a whole tennis universe here. We are referring to the shock moment. Why is this taking place? Why is the tennis globe pulsing with a particular? How often do you become excited? It's because we are seeing the merging of sports culture and unadulterated, pure star power strength unlike anything we've seen in decades. A home court is being observed. Benefit being generated in a foreign land. The planners are aware of what we observed in Melbourne. They observed the traffic bottlenecks. They saw the fan lines, coils across the area in an attempt to capture an excerpt from her rehearsals. And they have produced a well-thought-out, clever, and startling choice. They're placing bets. Ella's residence. With this script, today's journey is more than simply news. Report. This documentary delves deeply. We're going to remove the layers of this choice. We will examine presently the yellow impact is throughout the Middle East. We're going to examine the figures, the demographics, and individuals' intense feelings the country is supporting a single young woman, and how she's been afraid of that energy opponents and thrilled the sponsors. We will discuss the pressure. Could you consider the burden bearing down on positioning a 20-year-old as a star of many Grand Slams champions? We intend to analyze her. The recent sorrow in Doha against the Valentova Rays, the victory in Abu Dhabi, as well as the historic at the SEA Games gold. We'll inquire with the challenging questions. Is this also too much? Soon? Or is Alexandra Eala in the very place where she is intended to be? In the spotlight, bearing the aspirations of millions, prepared to transform the duty-free tennis stadium in Dubai inside her own stronghold. Obtain cozy. Get your coffee, or maybe your popcorn. We're going to deconstruct the most intriguing plot of the tennis season of 2026. The line is forming, the lights are going down, and the major event will soon start. Alex is Dubai's public face. The globe is observing, and we're here to stop it piece by piece. Let's take a step back from the startled headline and appearance at this moment's anatomy to recognize the reasons behind Alex's rise to prominence of the duty-free tennis in Dubai. Because championships are so important, we must first comprehend the area in which she is entering. Dubai duty-free. The tennis championships are not your average competition in the tennis hierarchy, excluding the 4 Grand Slams. This is the Middle East's greatest treasure. It's a WTA 1000 competition. For those of you who, even if they are only casual fans, a WTA 1000 is in top-tier professional tennis competition that is below a major. The The points accessible here can alter one's career. The prize money may change your life. However, More Dubai has a distinct air apart from that. It symbolizes the pinnacle of luxury and the supreme elite. In the past, the face of this competition has consistently been a globe #1 or a huge worldwide symbol. You couldn't drive down for years Dubai's roadway without observing the face of Roger Federer. Then it was Djokovic. From a female perspective, it was Venus Williams, then Justine Henin, lastly Alina Svitolina, and most recently Instagram's Swiatek. These athletes have several important championships. They are the establishment. Thus, for the planners to change their marketing strategy to prioritize Alex just inside the top 40 at the moment, the main focus is a disturbance of the topmost order. It doesn't follow the conventional sports marketing rationale, which often requires you to promote the top player. On paper, however, Dubai is distinct, and thus is where this decision's brilliance lies. Falsehoods, and the reasons it has startled the traditionalists. The planners are examining the demography. The United Arab Emirates, there are many people living in the Emirates. Of Filipinos employed abroad. We're discussing hundreds of thousands of individuals. For many years, their fans have liked playing tennis, but they haven't had a true hometown hero to cheer for at the very top. They've praised Federer. They have applauded for Rafael Nadal. But supporting a worldwide icon is not the same as applauding for one of your own. We observed the forerunner of just last week in Abu Dhabi when Alexandra Eala performed. The mood wasn't similar to a game of tennis. It resembled a Davis tie for the cup. It resembled the World Cup football game. The flags, the yelling, the decibel level is so high. It made her uneasy. Rivals. Known as Alexandra Eala, an experienced veteran, seemed clearly shaken by the noise wall emanating from the standing as they are fighting. The organizers saw that. They observed the sales of tickets increase. They understood that IGA Switch delivers tennis, but Alexandra Eala offers mania, perfection. She infuses passion. She provides a whole community that will purchase all of the tickets, occupy each seat, and establish an ambience that seems amazing on worldwide television transmission. This choice to use her as the spokesperson for the competition is a reflection of the evolving the state of tennis worldwide. The game is anxious to increase its presence in Asia. We have witnessed the growth of Chinese Lin Na and Qin Wan playing tennis. However, Southeast Asia has been the behemoth that sleeps. It's being awakened by Alexa. Let's examine the chronology that brought us there here, as the background is important. Alex was in just over 2 weeks ago, Melbourne for the Australian Open. She fell to Alicia Parks in the opening round. On paper, losing in the first round is a failure. If you were present, however, or if you read a Nationals reports or observed the video, you are aware that it was anything but a failure. A traffic bottleneck existed outside the courts. Individuals were simply to get a glimpse, standing 5 rows deep via the fence. I explained it as surprising and unreal. That instant demonstrated that her celebrity power has surpassed her position. After Melbourne, she didn't back down. She left for work. She participated in the WTA 125 on home turf in Manila and dominating preliminary rounds prior to making it to the quarterfinals. Then arrived Abu Dhabi, the trust and the wild card put within her. She gave a run in the quarterfinals that forced her into the top 40 for the initial time and passed. Next followed the Qatar Open, Doha, a roadblock. She was defeated in the first turn to the Czech Teresa Valentova prodigy, who is becoming into a competitor. The score was close, 7-6. First, followed by a 6-1 fadeaway. Critics jumped on it right away. Look, she's exhausted. She's not prepared for the workweek, the primary tour. This is where the story begins. Contortions. Often following a first-round defeat in Doha, a player with a 40th ranked ranking would go to Dubai in silence. They would enter covertly through the back door, play on third court, and aim to make it through the initial round. Not Alexandra Eala, though. Not like this week. The 4-time Grand Prix winner Naomi Osaka, the Slam champion, left Dubai. That the catalyst was withdrawal. It revealed Eala's place in the main draw did not have to endure the harsh preliminary stages. She was on board. Additionally, when the news first surfaced, The Dubai duty-free team appeared to have reversed the switch. They are aware that Eala is opposed to the tale that sells is the world. Let's examine the pressure that this produces. Being the face has two sides to it. On one, you have the audience on your hand. You possess the adrenaline. You have the assistance that when your legs are heavy, it might help you get up. However, you also have the anticipation. When your face is on the poster, people anticipate your victory. They disregard the fact that you are playing in the top 10
seed.
The rating is irrelevant to them.
Disparity.
They wish to demonstrate, will Alex take care of this? If we examine her context, there is proof that she is designed to do this. Recall she received her degree from the Rafa Nadal Academy. There, she did more than simply train. There, she was shaped. She struck with Nadal. That mindset has been ingrained in her. Tremendous pain and struggle for each and every just 1 point. In Abu Dhabi, you witnessed it. Versus Sasnovich. 4-0 in the second set, looking down on failure, and she retreated by clawing. It's an auto. DNA is the tenacious vitality that the people in Dubai will be fed off. Let's discuss the tennis itself, though. We must be practical with the challenge. In Dubai, this field is, to be honest, it's horrifying. We are discussing 18 of the world's top 20 players. It's Aina Sabinka, the Belarusian tiger. Her strength is the foundation of her game. This can remove the racket from your hand. It's Elena Rybakina, the ice queen. She acts as a mass weapon. Disaster on these hard, quick courts. It's Coco Gauff, the athleticism, the backhand or pace. Furthermore, there is the reigning champion, Mara Andrea. The winner of this championship, Phenom, is 17 years old. Last year, Andrea is, in many respects, the mirror to Eala. Young and on the rise, both bearing the next flag generation. A confrontation between Eala and Andrea will serve as a promoter in Dubai.
Dream.
The prodigies battle. The power game is not the same as Eala's game. Hitters. Being left-handed already provides her with a tactical edge. The spin on the left, especially when serving, when the cross-court on the forehand opens up angles that aren't utilized by right-handers defending. She makes arguments. She is clever, but the question mark continues to be her serve speed and her physical resilience. The third set showed us in Doha, whom she physically weakened against Valentova, will fulfill the expectations of serving as the tournament's spokesperson. Eala must figure out how to cut points. Dubai's courts move quickly. They provide rewards. Hostility. If she becomes involved in lengthy grinding rallies beside a person like as IGTCH, her chances are not favorable. She must pull with that lefty serve opponents from away, enter the court, and control the game. She must direct the crowd's enthusiasm to power her legs when the weariness starts. Additionally, there's the draw's mental component. Since she has gotten up from her chair, she could sketch a top. Take a seat right away. Consider a preliminary round. Duel between Aina and Alexandra Eala Sabalenka. Night session, center court, 700 p.m. The rafters were full in the stadium. Filipino supporters yelling for each point. It's not simply a game of tennis. Gladiatorial combat is what that is. Even if she pushes or fights, she loses. To 3 sets, she was a world number 1. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the spotlight. Put everything aside. Set down your phone, turn up the volume, and pay close attention, because what I'm about to share isn't just another story. We're witnessing a seismic shift in the tennis landscape. History is being written right before our eyes, unfolding in real time under the blazing sun of the United Arab Emirates. We talk about breaking news all the time in this sport. We use words like shocking, stunning, and unbelievable so often that they sometimes lose their impact. But right now, those words feel inadequate. The tennis world didn't just wake up to a surprise today. It woke up to a revolution. The Dubai Duty-Free Tennis Championships, one of the most prestigious, glamorous, and elite tournaments on the WTA 1000 calendar. An event that has been a stage for legends like Venus Williams, Justine Henin, and yes, even Roger Federer, has just made a decision that has left analysts, pundits, and fans around the world absolutely stunned. The headlines are screaming it. The massive billboards on Sheikh Zayed Road are reportedly 10 stories high. The entire marketing machine of one of the most lucrative tournaments in the world has pivoted. They've chosen a new face. It's not the relentless champion Iga Swiatek. It's not the power-hitting force of nature Aryna Sabalenka. It's not Coco Gauff, the American prodigy. The face of the Dubai Duty-Free Tennis Championships in 2026 is Alex Eala. Let that sink in for a moment. Alex Eala, the 20-year-old sensation from the Philippines, a player who just weeks ago was fighting desperately just to break into the top 40. A player who didn't even make it into the main draw as a seed, but only because of Naomi Osaka's withdrawal, and yet she has eclipsed them all in the eyes of the organizers and the public. This is a whole new tennis universe unfolding. We're talking about a shock moment. Why is this happening? Why is the tennis world buzzing with this particular kind of excitement? It's because we're witnessing the convergence of sport, culture, and pure, undeniable star power in a way we haven't seen in decades. We're watching a home court advantage being created on foreign soil. The organizers know what we all saw in Melbourne. They saw the traffic jams. They saw the fan queues wrapping around the venue trying to catch a glimpse of her practice sessions. And they've made a calculated, brilliant, and audacious decision. They're betting on Eala's presence. With this narrative, our journey today is more than just a news piece. This is a deep dive. We're going to peel back the layers of this decision. We'll explore how the Eala effect is rippling through the Middle East right now. We're going to look at the numbers, the demographics, the raw emotion of a nation rallying behind one young woman, and how she's simultaneously intimidated opponents and electrified sponsors. We'll talk about the pressure. Can you imagine the weight placed on a 20-year-old being positioned as the star over multiple Grand Slam champions? We're going to analyze her recent heartbreak in Doha against Brenda Fruhvirtova, the triumph in Abu Dhabi, and the historic gold medal at the Southeast Asian Games. We'll ask the hard questions. Is this too much? Too soon? Or is Alex Eala exactly where she's meant to be? In the spotlight, carrying the dreams of millions, ready to transform the Dubai Duty-Free Tennis Stadium into her own fortress. So get comfortable, grab your coffee, or perhaps your popcorn. We're about to dissect the most compelling storyline of the 2026 tennis season. The curtain is rising, the lights are dimming, and the main event is about to begin. Alex Eala is the face of Dubai. The world is watching, and we're here to break it down piece by piece. Let's step back from the shocking headline and examine the anatomy of this moment. To understand why Alex Eala's ascension to the face of the Dubai Duty-Free Tennis Championships is so significant, we first need to understand the arena she's stepping into. The Dubai Duty-Free Tennis Championships isn't just another tournament in the tennis hierarchy below the 4 Grand Slams. This is the crown jewel of the Middle East. It's a WTA 1000 event. For those of you who might be casual fans, a WTA 1000 is the highest tier of professional tennis below a major. The points available here can transform a career. The prize money can change a life. But beyond that, Dubai carries a different aura. It represents the pinnacle of luxury, the ultimate elite. Historically, the face of this tournament has always been a world number 1 or a massive global icon. For years, you couldn't drive down Dubai's highways without seeing Roger Federer's face. Then it was Djokovic. On the women's side, it was Venus Williams, then Justine Henin, followed by Alina Svitolina, and most recently Iga Swiatek. These players have multiple major championships. They are the establishment. So for the organizers to shift their marketing focus to Alex Eala, currently just inside the top 40, as the main attraction is a disruption of the highest order. It doesn't follow conventional sports marketing logic, which typically dictates you promote the best player on paper. But Dubai is different, and that's where the brilliance of this decision lies, and why it has shocked the traditionalists. The organizers are studying the demographics. The United Arab Emirates is home to a massive population of Filipino overseas workers. We're talking about hundreds of thousands of people. For years, these fans have loved watching tennis, but they've never had a genuine hometown champion to rally behind at the elite level. They've cheered for Federer. They've applauded Rafael Nadal. But supporting a global superstar isn't the same as rooting for one of your own. We saw a preview of this just last week in Abu Dhabi when Alexandra Eala took the court. The atmosphere wasn't like a tennis match. It felt like a Davis Cup tie. It felt like a World Cup football match. The flags, the chanting, the decibel levels were extraordinary. It unsettled her opponents. Alexandra Eala, a seasoned veteran, looked visibly rattled by the wall of sound coming from the stands as they battled. The Dubai organizers witnessed that. They saw the ticket sales explode. They realized that IGA Swiatek delivers tennis, but Alexandra Eala delivers mania, spectacle. She brings passion. She brings an entire community that will buy every ticket, fill every seat, and create an atmosphere that looks incredible on international television broadcasts. This decision to make her the face of the tournament reflects the changing landscape of global tennis. The sport is desperate to expand its footprint in Asia. We've seen Chinese tennis grow with Li Na and Xing Qinwen, but Southeast Asia has been a sleeping giant. Alexandra Eala is waking it up. Let's look at the timeline that brought us to this moment, because context matters. Just over 2 weeks ago, Alex was in Melbourne for the Australian Open. She lost to Alicia Parks in the first round. On paper, a first-round loss is a disappointment. But if you were there, or if you read the local reports or watched the footage, you know it was anything but a disappointment. There was gridlock outside the courts. People were standing 5 rows deep just to catch a glimpse through the fence. Parks described it as surreal and overwhelming. That moment proved that her star power has exceeded her ranking. After Melbourne, she didn't rest. She got to work. She competed in a WTA 125 event on home soil in Manila, crushing early rounds before reaching the quarterfinals. Then came Abu Dhabi, the confidence, the wild card entry given to her. She delivered a quarterfinal run that pushed her into the top 40 for the first time in her career. Next came the Qatar Open in Doha, a setback. She lost in the first round to Czech rising star Brenda Fruhvirtova, who is emerging as a serious contender. The score was tight, 7-6 in the first, then a 6-1 collapse. Critics pounced immediately. She's exhausted. She's not ready for the week-in, week-out grind of the main tour. This is where the narrative twists. Normally, after a first-round loss in Doha, a player ranked 40th would arrive in Dubai quietly. They'd enter through the back entrance, play on an outside court, and hope to survive the first round. But not Alexandra Eala. Not this week. 4-time Grand Slam champion Naomi Osaka withdrew from Dubai. That withdrawal was the catalyst. It opened up Eala's spot in the main draw without having to endure the brutal qualifying rounds. She was in. And then, when the news broke, the Dubai duty-free team seemed to flip the switch overnight. They know that Eala versus the world is the story that sells. Let's analyze the pressure this creates. Being the face cuts both ways. On one hand, you have the crowd. You have the energy. You have the support that can lift you when your legs feel heavy. But you also have the expectations. When your face is on every poster, people expect you to win. They don't care that you're playing a top 10 seed. They don't care about the ranking gap. They want to show a statement. Can Alex handle this? If we look at her background, there's evidence she's built for this. Remember, she trained at the Rafa Nadal Academy. She didn't just practice there. She was molded there. She's hit with Nadal himself. That mentality has been drilled into her. The relentless fight, the suffering for every single point. You saw it in Abu Dhabi against Sasnovich. Down 0-4 in the second set, staring at defeat, and she clawed her way back. That's Nadal DNA, the stubborn resilience that the Dubai crowds will feed off. But let's talk about the tennis itself. We need to be realistic about the challenge. This field in Dubai is frankly terrifying. We're talking about 18 of the top 20 players in the world. There's Aryna Sabalenka, the Belarusian powerhouse, whose strength forms the backbone of her game. She can rip the racket out of your hands. There's Elena Rybakina, the ice queen who functions as a weapon of mass destruction on these fast, hard courts. There's Coco Gauff, the athleticism, the backhand, the speed. And there's the defending champion, Mira Andreeva, the 17-year-old phenom who won this title last year. Andreeva is, in many ways, the mirror image of Eala. Both young, both rising, both carrying the flag of the next generation. A clash between Eala and Andreeva would be a promoter's dream in Dubai. The battle of the prodigies. Eala's game isn't like the power hitters. Being left-handed already gives her a tactical advantage. The spin on her lefty serve, especially when serving wide to the forehand, opens up angles that right-handers can't defend against. She constructs points. She's strategic. But the question mark remains, her serve speed and her physical endurance. The third set in Doha showed us that she faded physically against Fruhvirtova. To meet the expectations of being the tournament's face, Eala needs to learn how to shorten points. Dubai's courts are fast. They reward aggression. If she gets dragged into long, grinding rallies with someone like Iga Swiatek, her odds aren't good. She needs to use that lefty serve to pull opponents wide, step inside the baseline, and dictate play. She needs to channel the crowd's energy to fuel her legs when exhaustion sets in. And there's the mental aspect of the draw, because once she sat down with her team, she could draw a top seed immediately. Imagine a first-round showdown between Aryna Sabalenka and Alex Eala. Night session, center court, 7 p.m. The stadium packed to the rafters. Filipino fans screaming on every point. That's not just a tennis match. That's gladiatorial combat. Even if she loses, if she pushes or battles a world number 1 to 3 sets, that confirms the hype. But if she wins, if she pulls off an upset on that stage, it would be the biggest moment in Asian tennis since Li Na's triumph at the Australian Open. Let's also discuss what this means for the future. Right now in Dubai, this is a litmus test. If Eala delivers the revenue, the crowds, and the engagement that the organizers are hoping for, it transforms her entire career trajectory. It signals to other tournaments, Miami, Indian Wells, Rome, that Alex Eala moves the needle. It means more wild cards. It means prime-time court assignments. It means sponsorship deals that provide the resources for better coaching, better travel, physiotherapists. It's a virtuous cycle. Success breeds exposure. Exposure brings resources. Resources enable sustained success. But it all starts with performance. The marketing is the spark, but the racket has to provide the fuel. We also need to address the shock factor mentioned in our headline. Why were people stunned? Because the tennis establishment is often conservative. They believe you earn the right to be the face of a tournament by winning slams, not by being popular. There's tension in that philosophy. Purists will argue, why is the 40th ranked player in the world featured instead of the world number 4? The answer, though harsh, is true. Professional sports is entertainment. And right now, Alex Eala is the most compelling story in the draw. The underdog narrative. The story of the young woman from Quezon City battling the world's athletic giants. The story of a diaspora finding its champion. Making her the tournament's face signals that she is the protagonist of this week's show. Everyone else, even the champions, are supporting characters in her story. That's heavy pressure. We've seen Emma Raducanu struggle with that weight after the US Open. We've seen Osaka grapple with it. The spotlight burns hot. But Eala seems to have a level head on her shoulders. Her interviews are grounded. She talks about trusting the process, about patience. She acknowledges the crowd, but doesn't seem to play solely for them. She plays for herself. That maturity, forged in the Rafa Nadal Academy crucible, will be her greatest asset this week. As we look at the draw that's about to unfold, every potential matchup is a headline. Eala versus Goff, the clash of youth. Eala versus Swiatek, the David versus Goliath. Eala versus Fruhvirtova, the rematch. The organizers are praying for that rematch. If Eala draws Fruhvirtova again after losing to her in Doha just days ago, the storyline writes itself. Revenge and redemption on a bigger stage with a bigger audience. And let's not forget about the Philippines. We're talking about a nation that worships boxing and basketball. Manny Pacquiao territory. But tennis has been a niche sport. Alex Eala is bringing tennis into the Philippine mainstream single-handedly. Kids are picking up rackets because of her. The government is considering investing in tennis infrastructure because of her. When she walks onto that court in Dubai, she's not just playing for ranking points. She's playing for the next generation of Filipino athletes. So when you see that poster, when you read these shocking headlines, understand that this isn't clickbait. This is recognition of a shifting reality. The center of gravity in tennis fandom is expanding. The passion of Asian fans is becoming currency that tournaments cannot ignore. Alexandra Eala, at 20 years old, has been handed the keys to a week in the city of Dubai. The stage is set. The lights are blazing. The question is she ready? Given her grit, her journey, and the fire we saw in her eyes in Abu Dhabi, I wouldn't bet against her. The tennis world may be shocked, but Alexandra Eala looks like she's been waiting for this moment her entire life. As we wrap up this deep dive, I want to leave you with one final thought. Sports are defined by pivot moments. We remember when Sampras lost to Federer at Wimbledon. We remember when a young Nadal first stepped onto the clay at Roland Garros. We're living through one of those moments right now. It might not be a major championship final, but the energy surrounding Alexandra Eala in Dubai feels like the prelude to something massive. Whether she wins the tournament or loses in the first round in a 3-set thriller, the statement has been made. The Dubai Duty-Free Tennis Championships have drawn a line in the sand. They've acknowledged that the heart of this sport doesn't just exist in the trophy case. It's in the stands. It's in the people. It's in the emotion that a player like Alexandra Eala generates. The tournament starts February 15th. The draw will be released soon. If you're in Dubai, get a ticket. If you're not, find a stream. Don't miss her first match, because you won't just be watching a tennis match. You'll be watching a cultural phenomenon in motion. Right here on this channel, we'll be covering every serve, every volley, every moment of high drama. If Eala makes a run, we'll be here to break it down. If the giants of the game strike back, we'll analyze that too. Thank you for staying with me through this comprehensive breakdown. The tennis world is in shock. But really, excitement often masquerades as shock.